granniopteryx, she knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello. Well, Angela Rayner insists she took legal advice and followed legal advice on the purchase of her flat in Hove. So, yeah, can you imagine the conversation? Tell me, what's my legal position for taking £160,000 from my disabled son's financial cushion so I can buy a flat in Hove? Do you think I could get away with that? OK, let's steer away from the morality of taking money out of your disabled son's potential earnings just for the moment, and let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the tax system, because it's the tax system, the way it's set up, that both encourages us to cheat and then turns us into criminals at the same time. I'm Granniopteryx. Please like this video, please share it, please subscribe to my channel. If you want to help me financially, that's lovely. The links to all the platforms you can use are in the description. But if you just click like, that, well, it increases the reach of the video, and so that earns me money as well, and it doesn't cost you a bean. OK, let's get on with talking about tax. OK, so tax is at the root of this whole problem. We're all talking about Rayner avoiding stamp duty, but nobody seems to be thinking about why there should be stamp duty in the first place. Why is it considered natural and normal for the government to tax absolutely every transaction we make? Does it help anyone? Because we all know that the government wastes most of the money it takes. And we also know that the more the government takes, the more it wastes. It also makes people, if not actually dishonest, at the very least, it makes people creative. Creative in finding ever more exotic ways of avoiding tax. The tax laws started out simple, and then there were exceptions and more taxes and more exemptions and then layers and different categories. And it's all so unnecessary. And it costs the government money in just working out how to take the taxes. And the state gets ever more bloated, and it just keeps taking ever more taxes, which gives the people ever more reason to find ways of avoiding those taxes. So then the state has to make more rules to stop the avoidance, whereupon more people take ever more circuitous routes to do some more avoiding. And who benefits from all of this financial creativity? Certainly not the small business people who have to spend more and more time with papers all over the kitchen table trying to work out what they're liable for and what they can get away with. Now, if you're big enough, if you have a business big enough to have an accountant, then depending on how expensive that accountant is, you get away with more, because the accountant will find loopholes, and the bigger you are, the more you can get away with. So in the end, this sort of system benefits the biggest companies. It benefits the ones that can salt away their head offices in low tax places. And we've got a great example here when Ezra Levant, this is all here, I'm going to turn that into reader view. That's better. Ezra Levant went hunting, and I saw the video he made about it, and he tracked down some of Mark Carney's finances. Mark Carney is now the Prime Minister of Canada. But according to Levant, Carney has or had involvement with a company called Brookfield Asset Management, which, according to Yahoo News here, is a $1 trillion company that had a head office over a bike shop in Bermuda. First Bermuda, it says here. But then It's gone up in the world, apparently, because Mr. Levant tracked down Brookfield's latest head office. Hang on, I have a picture of it. I'll put that up. Yeah, this is Brookfield's latest head office, which turned out to be what looks like a converted Victorian flat. Rather similar, actually. Yeah, rather similar to Rayner's flat, the one she got in Hove. Only this one is in a suburb in Douglas on the Isle of Man. Now, according to Yahoo News, the other place was just a bike shop in Bermuda, and it's obvious that Mr. Carney wanted more excitement than you'd get from a cycle round a Caribbean island. And you can't get more biker excitement than the Isle of Man, which is home of the absolutely manic TT races, the absolute pinnacle of the biker world. And I've been there and I know that, and it's great fun. Whatever, Brookfield has its head office on the Isle of Man. Let's think about the full name of Brookfield. Brookfield Asset Management. What does an asset management company do? Well, so far as I am aware, an asset management company finds ways to put the money of rich people into various schemes that reduce the tax they pay. I can imagine there might be other reasons as well. It might be that they invest for people to earn interest, or they store the money in such a way that so it's readily available for business deals, for instance. I'm not criticising it, nor am I suggesting that they are in any way illegal. What they are is symptom of a disease of wasteful government. And I actually don't see anything wrong with people trying to dodge those particular bullets if they can. Because when people perceive taxes as unfair or punitive, they'll look for all sorts of ways to avoid taxes legally, sometimes illegally as well. And if they can afford it, they'll avoid the taxes legally with the help of experts who have the training to find the loopholes. It's not that these loopholes are illegal, but what's wrong with them is they're available only to the higher earners. That's what's wrong. It's the system itself that's wrong, because it locks in the poor while it gives the rich back doors. It's like we've gone back to the Middle Ages, where the peasants, the very poorest of society, end up paying most of the taxes. I was with Liz Truss on that. We should do away with most of the taxes because most of them hit the classes of people who aren't in the asset management league. It's no good saying, well, we should just make the tax laws stricter. There will never be a strict enough tax law that it won't allow very rich, very creative people to get past them. What we have to do is reduce the taxes so it's not worth going to expensive accountants to dodge what's due. If there's one thing we should be learning about Rayner's cack-handed attempts to save some money, it's not that she's dishonest. I can't say whether she is or she isn't. But the system makes people dishonest. So occasionally someone like Rayner gets caught and we all think, justice is served. But it isn't. Because for every Rayner, there are a million small instances of cheating and injustice going on all the time. No, Angela Rayner should be an object lesson in how our tax system has got ever more greedy and bloated and needs to be completely swept away and replaced with far more simple rules that are unavoidable for all. As for Angela Rayner, she might lose her job, but I wouldn't raise any memorials to her just yet. Peter Mandelson, you may remember, Tony Blair's Dark Lord, had to go, well, he had to be let go from an official member of Tony Blair's inner circle after he was caught in some sort of mortgage fiddling. I don't remember the details now, but after that, what happened was Blair made him a baron, which gave him a seat in the House of Lords, Well, look at him now. Ambassador to the United States and living in a palace in Washington or wherever. Which just proves that even a dolt like Keir Starmer can get something right. After all, since Mandelson is, and always has been, a member of an exclusive club of socialists who like to get their champagne paid for by the peasants who pay the taxes, what better representative of the United Kingdom could Starmer have found? So, whatever happens, we won't have seen the last of Ms. Rayner. In a couple of years, she'll be sitting in one of those red leather seats, still shouting about Tory scum and indulging herself in the House of Lords restaurant where the food is magnificent and the waiters call their customers my lord, or my lady in this case. It's a tough life in politics. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.